Hey gang, welcome back to West Houston Presents. Whether you call it Americana, roots, alt country, it all boils down to a stew of the classic American music forms. Country, blues, jazz, bluegrass, Cajun, rockabilly, rhythm and blues, gospel, traditional soul, funk. Today, three of our favorite musicians are here to explore the form and lay down some great sounds as West Houston presents the original Harris Brothers. Hey, how cool is that, guys? All right, here we go again. Playing the guitar is Mr. Dee Harris.
Hey,
Great
Wes.
to see you back, buddy.
Good seeing you, Wes.
On the bass is Tom Cavanagh. Tom, a pleasure as usual. And playing this unusual drums is Mr. Niles Hughes. Sounds great, guys. Dee, what was the name of that tune?
That was called Earthquake, an old rhythm and blues saxophone number.
And who'd you learn that one from?
Charlie Singleton is the saxophone player, but I don't know the band that he played in, but he was the soloist.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that was a tune from one of the bands he played in.
Yes.
Wow. Now,
It's called Earthquake.
Earthquake is the name of the tune. Cool. Dee, what got you to this point, buddy? I mean, you know, were you an early rock and roll guy, and now you're here doing all forms of music?
Well, I always played rock and roll, but mostly blues. And the band before this with Roast Beef Joe, as you know, was the Mean Blue Spirit. It was a heavy-duty blues band. But I wanted to develop something that similar to what you were doing in the 70s, like under the umbrella of American music. And so now it's not just blues. It covers all the...
Well, it sounds great. I know when we first hit Long Island playing, we were combining, we were doing this, what's going on now. But you know what? There wasn't a name for it. There wasn't a tag for it. We could never be put in a pocket. And when we played someplace and they loved it, they didn't get a band the next time to play to carry it on.
Yeah.
And there were no names, and they were calling it, you know, they would say a country band, we play a country gig, and I'd go, whoa, what's with the funk? You know,
Right.
Now you can do it.
People know that we have that variety of American music. They just know it when we come to the gigs.
40 years later, it's evolved into, it's part of the mainstream. Now, what's the name of the next tune you're going to do?
The next tune is, I call it a Fred McDowell collage, because I took a lot of his lyrics and collaged them together with one of his riffs. And Fred McDowell's a big influence on me with my slide guitar playing.
Now, for the folks who don't know Fred McDowell, what was the time period he was playing?
He was playing way back in the 20s, but he didn't get recorded till the 60s. He was like a latecomer to the recording.
I remember
thing.
him as part of the folk boom.
Right.
You know, they went around, they dug up, well, they didn't actually dig them up, but they were still there, you know. I remember one great show where they sang, Mississippi John Hurt, we found Mississippi John Hurt. He said, I didn't know I was missing.
Right. Yeah, that was good.
Okay, we're ready for Fred McDowell.
Before we do that song, though, I wanted to mention I've had this guitar for so long, and I used to, in the clubs, I would put the guitar on the table during the breaks, and people would just come by and draw on it and sign their name and stuff. And I just noticed that I don't have your name on it. So
well,
I have to
is.
bring a pen.
Okay, I'm ready. This is the West Houston Presents first, folks.
I scratched off a couple of names that were on there before I was married. So
who is this guy Dylan that you scratched off? Pretty cool, man.
I hope we got
I
that
feel
on
like
camera.
I'm part of it. Yeah, well, I did the same thing. Left my guitar on the table one time. I came back, the guitar was gone. So you're lucky. Hey, I know that riff.
My baby won't stand on back door crying. Well, I left my baby won't stand on back door crying. Yeah, I feel so sorry. Said goodbye. I'm going down to Poncho, gonna put my watch in pawn. Yeah. I'm going down to the Poncho, gonna put my watch in pawn. I don't want no one to tell me how long my baby been gone. Yeah. Well, what you gonna do, yeah, when your trouble get like mine? What you gonna do, yeah, oh yeah, when your trouble get like mine? Take a pick and shovel, lay it down in the mine. Yeah.
Very tough, buddy, very tough.
Thank
Dee, you know, I've told you this before, but what I like what you're doing is it never slips into that like nostalgia or parody.
Oh,
it sounds
that's
very
good.
now.
Thank you.
You know, and I really like it. I feel like you're carrying on this form that I love, this form of music.
Well, you know, I believe that even when you're listening to a CD that was made in the 20s-something, it's in the present moment. You know, it's not from the 20s, really. You know, it's now. It's
That's
right
why
now.
that music doesn't sound
Yeah.
dated, right? I mean, you throw Howlin' Wolf on there, it sounds so good. It
today.
sounds like, yes, like today. Now, when you're writing your tunes, do you use the guitar? Do you work off a riff like Fred McDowell?
That was one of his riffs that actually, if I went back to the record right now, it probably wouldn't sound, I've changed it a bit.
It evolved as
yeah.
you keep playing.
So I write on the guitar, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Nice. And do you set part of the day aside to like concentrate and?
About 23 hours of the day.
Okay,
yeah.
that's good time. That'll do it. That'll do it. Gives you an hour to sleep.
Yeah, yeah.
And you fellas, obviously these are head arrangements, but I mean, it sounds like the guys already know where you're going. Is that close?
Yeah, well, they can feel it, you know. We don't rehearse too much. They can feel it, you know.
And I always say, like, when we're all playing together, we're rehearsing, and when I'm alone, I'm practicing, you know?
Right.
Boy, I need a lot of practice. Now, when you decide to pick a cover like Earthquake, is it just something, a tune you love, and you decide to, like, present it?
Yeah, I listened to a lot of horn players when for my slide playing, you know, Louis Armstrong and things like that, and Sidney Bechet. So I started recently playing a little bit of saxophone, so I started getting into listening to a lot of sax. So, and I like to incorporate that with the slide guitar. The next piece we're going to do is an Earl Scruggs piece.
Oh,
so
one of my favorites.
Yeah, and I like to, although I do play banjo, I like to arrange his stuff for guitar. And one time we were doing a gig out in Valley Stream, and we were reviewed for a local paper, and I thought it was great that the reviewer described my guitar playing as a cross between Earl Scruggs and Vincent van Gogh.
Whoa,
So,
that's pretty accurate.
yeah, I saved that
You
one.
paint a wonderful picture with that guitar, I'll tell you. I think we're ready for the Foggy Mountain Breakdown.
I do have to mention one more thing. I have all these
Alrighty.
surprises today.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, this guitar.
This is a beautiful
Yeah,
guitar.
it's really. I love the color. You know, the way it's faded and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
And it was my daughter's favorite. My daughter Jess, and it was her favorite when she was really young. I mean, she's 16 now, but when she was really like 4 years old, I mean, she fell in love with this guitar. But for a while, I was going to sell it, and somebody was coming over to look at it, and we were in the room, and she slips this note under the door. I wonder
Yeah.
if the camera could grab the note.
Oh.
Here. I think they can get it.
Ha ha!
So-
I love that blue guitar. Love, Jess. Please don't take it. She slipped that to him, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like to me and him,
Yeah,
you know,
at
like
the same
she
time.
kind of slips it under the door, you know.
That
so,
is very cool.
Yeah.
Even though I think that might be seafoam green.
Yeah,
but it
no,
has a-
Sonic Blue, that's faded.
Is it
yeah.
Sonic Blue faded? Excellent. Let's hear a little banjo tune on that guitar. I think Earl Scruggs would have liked that, buddy. It's a pleasure hearing it here instead of like another banjo interpretation of it,
Right,
you know?
right.
I love that old Pat
different.
Sky song about the banjo player, the first one to arrive at the party, the last one to leave. Corrupteth one song with the other, you know. It's a funny story about your daughter, because I also have a daughter named Jessie who left me a similar note one time. I had my 59 Strat at Chris's guitar shop. Of course, she knew it. I come home one day and she's at school and I said, "No, Dad, Chris called. He can't seem to find your guitar anywhere. He's looked everywhere. It seems to be missing."
Whoa.
So
Whoa.
I flip it over. It says, ha ha.
Awesome.
What is with these wise guy daughters we have? Oh, God. Now, let me jump over here to Niles for a second. Niles, you have a very unusual drum you're playing here today.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about it. You made this drum?
Yeah, I built this drum. It's called a cocktail drum. The
Right.
bass drum is on the bottom, and the snare drum's on the top.
Man.
It's like a full kit in one place.
So you can play smaller places?
Yeah, when we do restaurants and smaller venues, I use this. And when we do bigger stages, I bring a full-on kit, but I use this for the smaller venues, and it works fantastic.
Wow, I know we had David Langlois. He played rubboard, and he has all these contraptions, and he's really good. He's a pro washboard player, he's also a drummer. I asked him why he's playing the washboard. He says because the drums didn't fit in his car.
There you go.
You know,
There you go.
whatever gets you there. Dee, you have a prolific recording. What is your output at this point, CD-wise? You got to be pushing 100.
Maybe 70 or 80.
70 or
Yeah,
80.
something like that.
You have a home recording studio.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, not all of them are listenable, but, you know.
Hey, who cares? You have them.
Lately, I've been getting to some abstract recordings. And
Oh.
Very interesting stuff.
What does that mean exactly?
Like painting and abstract painting only with sound. You know,
Really?
being very textural with it and things like that.
And this is a totally independent operation.
I could come on the TV show and do some abstract stuff if you want.
Oh, God, I'm up for anything. You know that. I know you're into Indian music, which we will be featuring come the
Great.
new year.
Great.
And, well, are you going to record this band as is?
We
Or
have a CD.
You
I'm
have a
sorry I didn't
CD
bring
already?
it. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I got
being
gypped.
it's being remixed. I
okay.
ended up mixing it, and I didn't really like the job I did. And Tom's going to remix it now because
Oh,
Tom
great.
has studio, and he's much
Now,
better at it than me.
Tom, what's the name of your studio, buddy?
Ben Pussycat Studios.
Ben Pussycat. That's your own label.
You have the label in the studios.
Great. I have some of your, your Backseat Devil
Yeah.
stuff is great.
Thanks.
I
That's
enjoyed that
nice.
show. Well, because Niles was here with that show too. Damn, this is getting to be a regular thing. Maybe I have a house band here.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Ah.
To those
Uh,
shows.
Now, when you record, if you recorded this band, Dee, you guys would just be there playing, right? I mean,
We recorded at my house with just myself and Niles, actually, and we're laying down a groove, and Tom came in and overdubbed.
oh, nice.
And it works, though. I mean, it doesn't sound like it's going to work, but it worked for us.
Terrific. Now, Tom, I was looking at your bass. I thought you had like a Venture Mose right there.
That's a nice bass.
That's a nice bass.
Yeah, but
It's D's.
that's a Univox.
Yeah.
It's called a high flyer.
Did they
And
model it
Univox?
after
Yes.
that?
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember when they came out, everybody went out and bought those Venture guitars, and
they're awesome.
And, it's great. And it's in black.
that's a nice looking. It sounds great too.
Yeah, it's a great sound bass, great playing bass.
And what's the name of the next tune we're gonna do, fellas?
It's called Saturday Night. It's kind of like the hit single off the record. If we had a hit single, this would be it. Saturday Night.
We're ready for Saturday night.
Well, Saturday night is the night I want it to be. Got me a date, stood me. Well, we dance all night, roll up the rug, drank a little bit, and kiss and hug. Well, Saturday night is the night I want it to be. Well, it's only Tuesday, time is going on. Even Wednesday seem a long way to go. Well, we get along, there's no doubt. Took a lot of nerve to ask her out. Well, Saturday night is the night I want it to be. Yeah, well, it's only Friday, that's what I want it to be. Got me a date, just her drinking up. Well, Saturday night and I don't want it to be. Yeah. Well, Saturday night is the night I want it to be. Got me a date, just her and me. Yeah, but dance all night, roll up the rug, kiss a little bit, and drinking up. Well, Saturday night is the night I want it to be. Yeah, Saturday night is the night I want it to be. Yeah, Saturday night is the night I want it to be.
Very, very hot, guys. What can I tell you?
Thank you.
Dee, let me ask you an off-the-wall question, okay? Do you
Please.
consider yourself in the music biz?
No. No.
Oh,
This
that's
is
a
not,
quick answer.
it's not a career, it's an identity.
Nice. I love your grassroots operation. It reminds me of the days when we used to play back in the, mid-'60s to like the '70s when it was all about the music. It was about communicating and,
Yeah.
it wasn't like the group that I hung around with weren't there looking to, shoot rockets to the music biz world. We just played because we
Yeah.
loved it,
Your group was great, yeah.
I find myself I feel sometimes like I'm a little out of touch. I've never, caught on with like the whole pop thing, I'm after Johnny Burnett Trio and Screamin' Jay Hawkins, I was spoiled, I got into Erskine Hawkins then,
We can
it's
just
a-
put a couch here. We can sit
Oh,
down and
yeah,
talk about this.
absolutely.
Yeah. Go lay down on the couch.
Let me ask you this: How do you keep on keeping on? What's your inspiration?
Oh my gosh! Well, I have two great friends that keep me going, but this is just me. This is I can't answer that question. I don't know. I just do it.
Let me
That's
ask
it.
you this: If some young people were interested in pursuing a similar path, what would you tell them?
Come on into my house. Let's record.
Okay,
Let's do it.
good. I asked my buddy Jim Allen that one time. He said he'd tell him to become a lawyer.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
I said, no, that's mean. And how do you balance your real life and this incredible output that you have?
Well, the key word is the balance. It's a balancing act for sure. But this is in the forefront, total forefront of my life.
Well, I think that you are the music and the music is you. And
Wow,
that's what
well
that's
said.
about.
Wow.
Gang, we need you to go out there and catch some live music. The Harris Brothers, the original Harris Brothers, except no substitutes. The original Harris Brothers are out there playing. You can find them. We give their location. You can contact Dee. We'll give you the information at the end of the show. Once again, the area is filled with such great music. It needs your support. Go out there and let the folks know you care about live music in this crazy times we have here. Tom Cavanagh is on the bass. Dee Harris is playing the guitar, and Niles Hughes is on the drums. How about playing us out with one, guys, and stretch this one out for me?
You got it.
We'll catch you next time. Thanks so much again, fellas.
We'll feature Tom on this one, and ladies and gentlemen, we're playing tonight. See you there.
Taking off for work today, it's my boss don't recognize. Reverend King's birthday, that comes no surprise. Ain't no brothers working down the factory of mine. What did Reverend King do for me and my kind? In the Jim Crow South, people like you, denying other people of the rights and views, saying, what's up, yo? What's up, yo? What's up, yo? What's up, yo? 63. March one day, calling out to be free, so the color of our skin won't be judged by that scene. The continental character, yeah, he had a dream. What's up, yo? What's up, yo? What's up, yo? What's up, yo? To the mountain, he feared no man. To do God's will, he seen the promised land. Now before he died, he rang a true chord. My eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. What's up, yo? What's up, yo? What's up, yo? What's up, yo? Children black and white, free at last, thank God Almighty, free at last. All God's children black and white, free at last, thank God Almighty, free at last. All God's children black and white, free at last, thank God Almighty, free at last. All God's children black and white, free